Surviving the wild with cheetahs is an experience that toes the line between thrill and danger, reverence and respect. The cheetah, a Synonyx jubatus, is the fastest land animal, capable of accelerating from 0 to 60 miles per hour in mere seconds. However, this incredible predator often evokes a surprising mixture of fear and fascination in those who encounter it in its natural habitat. The question remains, are cheetahs truly dangerous to humans, or are they misunderstood and even potentially friendly when treated with care and knowledge? To fully understand this dynamic, one must first consider the nature of the cheetah itself. Unlike other big cats such as lions or leopards, cheetahs are built for speed, not power. Their lightweight bodies, non-retractable claws, and aerodynamic skulls are finely tuned for chasing down fleet-footed prey like gazelles. Yet, despite their predatory prowess, cheetahs are among the most timid and non-confrontational of the large feline species. In the wild, cheetahs are far more likely to avoid conflict than engage in it, even when provoked. This intrinsic cautiousness plays a crucial role in shaping their interactions with humans. Human encounters with cheetahs in the wild, though not exceedingly common, do happen, particularly in regions such as Namibia, Kenya, and South Africa, where conservation reserves and ecotourism have brought people closer to these animals. Those who have had close encounters, especially researchers and wildlife caretakers, often describe cheetahs as curious but reserved creatures. There are countless stories of cheetahs cautiously approaching safari vehicles, sometimes climbing atop them out of curiosity, but rarely exhibiting aggressive behavior. Unlike lions or leopards, which have been known to attack when startled or threatened, cheetahs tend to retreat when they sense danger. Still, it would be a mistake to romanticize the cheetah or assume it poses no threat. At the end of the day, cheetahs are wild animals, apex predators in their own right, and they can be unpredictable. While cheetahs are not known to see humans as prey, they can lash out if they feel cornered, startled, or threatened. There have been rare but documented instances where cheetahs attacked humans, usually in captive or unnatural environments where the animals were stressed or provoked. This underscores the importance of respecting their space and recognizing the boundaries that exist between wild animals and people. Interestingly, cheetahs have a long history of coexistence with humans, dating back to ancient times. In various African and Middle Eastern cultures, cheetahs were once tamed and used for hunting due to their agility and trainability. Unlike other big cats, cheetahs have shown an ability to form social bonds with humans when raised from a young age. In modern times, cheetah conservation centers have continued this legacy by raising orphaned or injured cheetahs in semi-captive environments. These efforts not only aim to protect the species from extinction, but also provide insight into their behavioral patterns. People who work closely with cheetahs often describe them as gentle and even affectionate when they trust a human. These observations have led to a surge in cheetah-centric ecotourism, where visitors can interact with cheetahs under the supervision of trained professionals. In these controlled environments, cheetahs often appear friendly, allowing humans to walk alongside them or even pet them. However, such interactions are carefully managed, and the animals involved are typically accustomed to human presence from a young age. Despite their potential for tameness, cheetahs should not be seen as pets. The rising trend of exotic pet ownership has led to a black market for cheetah cubs, particularly in parts of the Middle East. The consequences for both the animals and their wild populations are devastating. Capturing cheetah cubs often involves killing the mother, and the cubs rarely survive long in captivity due to improper care and the stress of unnatural environments. These practices strip cheetahs of their natural behaviors and contribute to the decline of an already vulnerable species. The wild is not just a backdrop for adventure, it is the cheetah's home, and survival in such a landscape demands a fine-tuned balance of aggression, agility, and caution. From the cheetah's perspective, humans are far more dangerous than they are. Habitat destruction, poaching, and conflict with livestock farmers have made human encroachment one of the greatest threats to the cheetah's existence. As of today, fewer than 7,500 cheetahs remain in the wild, and their numbers are dwindling. Despite the dangers, surviving the wild alongside cheetahs is possible when approached with humility and understanding. Conservationists, wildlife photographers, and safari guides often spend years developing techniques to coexist with these animals safely. For instance, trackers learn to read the subtle signs of a cheetah's body language, the flick of a tail, the shift in posture, the intensity of a gaze. Such awareness can mean the difference between a peaceful observation and a dangerous encounter. Moreover, efforts to integrate community-based conservation have shown promise. Programs in countries like Namibia involve local communities in cheetah conservation by educating them about the animal's behavior and offering incentives to protect them rather than hunt them. These initiatives help dispel the myth of the cheetah as a dangerous pest and instead highlight its role in maintaining ecological balance. Understanding the cheetah's social structure also helps in human-wildlife interactions. Unlike lions, cheetahs are largely solitary animals, except for mothers with cubs and male coalitions, usually brothers who stay together for life. Mothers with young are the most sensitive and defensive, and approaching them in the wild can be risky. On the other hand, male coalitions are often more visible and less skittish, making them more common subjects for ecotourism encounters. It's also worth noting the emotional intelligence observed in cheetahs. While scientists are cautious not to anthropomorphize, many caretakers report that cheetahs can distinguish between individual humans and respond differently based on their previous interactions. Some cheetahs have even exhibited signs of grief when separated from long-term human caregivers, suggesting a complexity in their emotional range that science is only beginning to understand. The juxtaposition of danger and friendliness in the cheetah is reflective of the broader relationship between humans and the wild. When humans approach nature with dominance, ignorance, or recklessness, the wild becomes dangerous, reacting defensively to our intrusion. But when approached with respect, patience, and knowledge, even the most formidable animals can coexist with us in peace. The cheetah, despite its capabilities as a predator, seems to prefer peace over conflict, avoidance over confrontation. There's also an important lesson here in how we define danger. Is a cheetah dangerous because it can harm a human, or is it simply reacting to the dangers humans have imposed on it? If an animal's aggression is a result of fear, stress, or provocation, then perhaps the danger lies not within the cheetah itself, but within the human context that surrounds it. Survival in the wild, then, is not just about physical endurance. It's about ethical coexistence. Stories of humans surviving and even thriving alongside cheetahs offer a hopeful glimpse into what that coexistence can look like. Whether it's a field researcher observing a mother teaching her cubs to hunt, or a conservationist walking side by side with a rehabilitated cheetah in a reserve, these moments reveal the potential for harmony. They show that fear and respect are not mutually exclusive, that acknowledging an animal's power does not preclude us from building trust. Ultimately, surviving the wild with cheetahs is a profound test of our ability to adapt, respect, and coexist with the natural world. It requires a mindset that sees the cheetah not just as a threat or a curiosity, but as a fellow being with its own rhythms, needs, and place in the ecological web. Whether dangerous or friendly, the cheetah reflects our own intentions back at us, responding to threat with evasion, to kindness with curiosity. In that way, the cheetah serves as both mirror and teacher, challenging us to rethink what it means to truly survive the wild, not by dominating it, but by becoming part of it.